from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Chicago Bears and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Line. And they'll try the ground game here with a running back. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On 1st down, Trubisky. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They go play action with Trubisky. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Noah Spence able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And right away, whistles and a flag down. And I believe we'll start the night with a 1st and 15. The give is to Jones. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Hey, let's get a conversion. Trey, Trevor, say. Hey, stop. Let's go.
Back near his own goal line, Winston. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw him on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts. Understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
Trubisky will throw. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. A give to Jones. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Eddie Jackson with a tackle. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
That changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Check, ready. Blue ready.
Winston now from the 50. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
We're go.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Ready. Black 25.
To throw, Winston. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down. On is Chandler Catanzaro now for the Buccaneer field goal. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Lock in. Red, up. Okay, gotta go.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. He's going to look deep down the field. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Move. Gotta go. 18.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Trubisky. He may try and run for this. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
How many times do we hear that third down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play putting his butt.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Levante David able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Gotta go.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
They go play action. Trubisky. And an alley to run. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On the right side, this is Miller. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. 1st and 10 right at the 20. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Bears on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for the moment, this will be a first down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the offseason. We worked a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on third down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Gotta go.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And Parkey's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts? What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
So out come the Bucs now. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Yeah, he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
After the encroachment penalty, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, stop. Let's go.
They just do get the play off. Now Winston drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Throwing, Winston. Complete, he finds Brain. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time you had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A first down throw for Winston. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Jones. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, 51 yards. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chicago. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
right?
Yeah,
a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
You see it? You see it? Ran,
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
18.
2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll be back with more in the NFC title bout after this. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Burton. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Hey, gotta go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Lock in. Red, top. Red, top.
Looking to throw Trubisky on 1st down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Gotta go. You see it? 18.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's going to go for a big play downfield and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Lock in. Red, top.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Red, top. 18. Red, top.
Now Trubisky. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And Parkey's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the 2nd half.
Parkey now following the made field goal to kick this one off. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10.
We got three, fellas. We got three. Five-o. Right over there.
From the gun, Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Let's go. Hey. We got three. Green, triple C. Watch this guy, guys.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. Full right side caught by O.J. Howard. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Looking deep downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now after the loss, they come up 2nd and 11 from the 19-yard line. On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Let's go. We're on the ball.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Lock in.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Hey, 18. Gotta go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Call it an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now it's Trubisky. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Levante David in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now?
Okay.
Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Let's go now. Let's go. Sonny! Hey, stop. Let's go.
Here's Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And Winston lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Screen, Triple C. Ready. Move away. Let's go.
Play action now. Winston. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chester Rogers, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And a great return up past the 40, but this one may not stand. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Gotta go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. In on the stop, Vernon Hargraves.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
We're go, let's go! Right! Blue.
Play action. It's Trubisky. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Vinny Curry. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
You see it?
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Now, they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5, on the 10. They should be ready to go.
Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
Second down, Winston. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Eluding the pressure right. Able to avoid him. And Winston lost the football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. The bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. Following the fumble recovery, it's Trubisky. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
Even.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they'll get him down here at the 23. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. They're going to run this with a tight end. And down he'll go at the 25. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Let's go now. Follow. Ready.
This is Jones. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Ready. Black, put this hat. Sonic. Let's go.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. And Watson has it right side. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Jameis now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Ready. Ready.
Jones takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Winston now from the 50. That is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
4 down. Check. 4 down. 5 on the 50.
Working out of the gun. Winston. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Gotta go.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, 73 yards. And the Bears have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Parkey adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Here's Harris to return it. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Sonic! Sonic! Green, triple C! Come on! Sunday!
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Hey, stop!
They go play action here on first down. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's Jones. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Ready? Blue ready. Green, triple C.
Jameis to throw it. Flush to his right. It's caught. Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Now Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 more yards there and another first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
Ready. Blue ready. Green, triple C.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeout.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Stay in there.
They come out here in the eye.
Sonic. Hey, stop. Let's go.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Winston sneaking it. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
He's going to get it running right, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. He's back to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And they will get the timeout. So 3 seconds remaining, and they can trot out the field goal unit and try to send this one to overtime. So now Catanzaro comes on in a pressure spot. With 3 seconds to go, if it's good, we're off to overtime. And this one is right through. And that's going to tie things at 20. And an overtime playoff game, but the rules, they stay the same as they did in the regular season.
That's exactly right. Whoever scores first, unless it's a touchdown, the other team has a chance to match. That's how it really gets played out. But remember this, no matter how far we go in overtime, in the regular season, there was only one period. Here, we're going to go until we have a winner.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they'll run it here. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, partner, recent conference championship games that have been needed to decide who goes to the Super Bowl, what do you got?
Well, if we go back to 2015, how about Green Bay at Seattle? And it looks like Green Bay's got this thing. Russell Wilson to Jermaine Kearse, that gets it done. And then go back to 2010. We think Brett Favre with the Vikings has the destiny, but they're at New Orleans. It's the Saints. And they get it done. And in overtime, go on to the Super Bowl. And they won that one. They beat the Colts, correct?
Yep. A couple of the more memorable ones for sure. First throw in overtime now for Trubisky. Spins by. It's grabbed over the middle by White. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. 3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive.
18.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. He sets to fire deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Lock in.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Going up top for Miller. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So often in overtime, Charles, games are won or lost on one big play. That might have been that big play right there.
And the ability to execute it despite the stakes, because let's face it, we've been there before and we've seen guys maybe they hyperventilate a little bit when it's their opportunity. Not in this situation. They executed it calmly and they really got it done.
And now they're set up in prime position. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And they'll go on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Gotta go.
He's going to get it running right. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. You know, Charles, just thinking about it, plenty of recent conference championship games have needed OT to decide who goes to the Super Bowl.
And we can go back a little ways, can't we? Go back 2012. Giants in San Francisco. That was an overtime game. The Giants ended up going on to the Super Bowl. How about the one where the Giants went to Green Bay, Lambeau, and beat the magic of that stadium in that freezing, bitterly cold game and got it done there?
Yeah, it was 2008. It was absolutely freezing, and they went on to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl that year. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. Biggest play now in this opening drive of overtime. This is 3rd and goal.
Gotta go.
Now Trubisky to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown in overtime. And they are Super Bowl bound. Really a great season. Not a whole lot to hang their head about.
Not at all. And, you know, the winning side, they're so ecstatic. They're going to the Super Bowl. But for the guys that we're talking about, they've got to figure out how it's going to go next year. Are they going to be motivated by this loss? Or will this loss linger and really make them, make it tough for them to come out of the gate strong next year? Only time will tell. But they've got to find a way to use this loss and use it as motivation.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles.